Hello and welcome, my name is Nilaus. This is episode 42 of our Let's Play campaign of Factorio Angels Mods Tutorial Let's Play. I think that's the first time I said the entire title completely correct. So looking at this base, well, what are we gonna do today? This might very well be the last episode in... No, don't freak out, don't freak out. As a standalone series, because this will be moving to the Monday and Friday streaming slots. The reason why is because when you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I wonder what's going on there, I can kind of glimpse that there's an iron and manganese thing, and then you have to go back to whatever 20 something episode to find where I built this because you want to have a look at it, or you want to check out the stuff I built with sulfuric acid some time ago and see, is it still running, is it capped, what is going on? And that doesn't really fit very well when I'm just playing it as one episode at a time, because I will be doing, as I did last time, super zooming on one block at a time, building it, zooming out, and going on to the next. And it's sometimes nice to come back and say, hey, how's this evolving? And that's not really, there's a bit too much flicker. So Angel, maybe you can take a look at this. There's too much flicker also when zooming. It also does weird things. Like this one, for example, it is working, but at certain zoom levels like this, it changes. But anyway, that's not what we're going to talk about, which means that we can build these city blocks together and figure out what we want to do. So if this is the last episode, depends on when I complete my C block series, then this is we want to do something to round things off. This one has not really produced enough crystal dust as I would hope in order to fill this up. If we just track it, I mean, it is producing something constantly, and that's nice. If you go up here, it is now, okay, let's go up all the way to the end here. This is now at 153,000. So it's a nice little buffer there. This one is also here. This is also buffered up. So things are nicely buffered. And going back, this one, I don't want buffers here. Yeah, they're going out there. Cool. This is buffered up entirely. You can see this is not buffered. Oh yeah, it is actually buffered up. So now it starts going out into the tracks here. Okay, so now it goes back on the belt. That's gonna take a while before it actually starts going back on the belt. But you can see here, this part is, this is blocked, this is blocked, but that part is not blocked. And similarly on the other side, it's going here, over here, it is blocked all the way out. So everything now goes through, and you know, it's blocked, and then it'll start filling back, filling this one up, going all the way back, and only then will it start filling this up. I need to increase this. My idea is to use these items because they can actually produce a lot of geodes for washing, and that's a great way of doing it, and I've also had that recommended. What I want to do is build something like, oh no I didn't, oh no I didn't. Okay, let's see, do I have enough? Oh yeah, I have enough. Okay. Whew, I was getting worried there. What about belts? Yeah, also enough-ish, I think. Oof, I thought I was just in trouble. Okay, so I need to do this part. And that means, oops, I'll get it up from the north. Coming in. And it comes up here, and then I guess what I will do is I'll put some kind of block. Have to respect the way it is done. I'm going to do that one, which means this is the closest, and I need to figure out which is, this is blue, so this one is only going to take the blue out. Great. Now I'm gonna start from the end. What is this? This is the, I don't even know what pink is called. Purple? Yeah. And let's see, this is teal, I guess it's called. The color of madness. Cyan, that's what it's called. That was just horrible. Come on, twist twist the belts. Belt twisting is not my expertise. This one goes over here. Okay, and the last bit is going to be the brown one, the orange one. It's called red. Okay, it's called red, but it's not really red. And can you remember, one of them is going to be the, this is the green and this is yellow. Right, so first green and then yellow. So that's 6 of them out. It comes from this location. Now I just need to get it in here. So let's start building some kind of setup. This is going to build mud water. Let's build it upwards. I can always flip it. For some reason, I like building up. So this is producing it's running on a 5-second cycle, and it produces 200 viscous mud water. The viscous mud water, no, it's producing heavy mud water, yes. So heavy mud water comes into this one, which consumes 40 per 5 seconds. So I need 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see how much it produces. This one is broken, doesn't work. I can't trust this. So I need to calculate this. There are 2 with 1.5 each, so that's 3 plus the 2 times 60%. That's total 4.2. Then we add, this is 75%. That is 5.95. No, 4.95. And then we did 1. It's going to be 5.95. For my own sanity's sake, I am going to call it 6. So each cycle, this produces 6 of the geodes, and the speed of this one is 2.25. So I need 6 times 2.25. That's 13.5. And then we have to remember it's slightly less, which makes me think that Angel is more brilliant than we give him credit for. Not that we don't give, but I think that he designed this exact thing so that 5 of these would fill up a yellow belt, because that's exactly what it does. Exactly a yellow belt with 5 of them. And 5 of them fits exactly with one of these. So isn't that just perfect? And since we're running red belts, then I want to get twice as many. There. All right, now comes the shenanigans in terms of figuring out how I. All right, one more thing. This heavy mud water is annoying. I can either use it to make landfill, which I don't need, or I can use this recipe here, viscous mud water, to make it, put the mud back in the cycle as viscous mud water. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to do it like this. Let's just try. Okay, so the reason for this is they will now be connected like that. And they'll be connected like this. So they are now putting it directly in here, and that takes the water as well. And this takes the mud water, goes here. Yep, that looks perfect. So let's, oh, water wise, I guess we have to do that. I think I don't want to use more of these undergrounds than I absolutely have to. This is necessary. Then I absolutely have to, and then I just plaster everything with underground belts. But the idea here is that goes here. This one goes all the way up, because why not? And These are coming out here and it goes up this side. Basically the water goes out on the side, and I don't think there's a great way of getting the water in a better way than this. I could also just stretch it up and get it back in, but then it will be too far away from what I need. Okay, so let me just check something. I use these. This could be the water, but then no, this is going to be the water, and this is going to be the mud water. Yes, that's perfect. Now what I need is a belt going away like this, and need to be output, 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 because that's all of this. It's not very fast, so it should be no problem. This is going to run on a basically a 2-second cycle, and you can easily put 6 items out in 2 seconds. 3 per second. It is actually maybe getting close. They have 3. Not a problem. I think everything here is now working exactly as it should, with the exception of the one. And what we need is now some power poles. Yeah, working. Yep. And let's get some lights. Lights. So what we have now is a unit. This one. Let's have the train let's consume it by our good old-fashioned crawler. And now comes the crawler time, where it actually builds that one. It's like a good way of consuming everything. You put one in, and then you control click to get everything back. All right. So I could make this really big if I had the space up here. Then it would all come into the middle. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. But is there room for it? Nah, not really. I think I'll do this part. I'll smash it up against the side. I will check how much room there is. Yeah, this is not a problem because I could make it. So I'm gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not 6. I need you to back up a bit so you don't smash things too much. Wow, they're gonna be busy. I think I'm gonna go to the north side here. Yes, sorry dear robots, you are gonna be busy now. Okay. So at this point, the question is, should I make... Okay, let's look at this one. How much mud water are you getting? You're getting... Oh, this is where we can use the actual crafting. It is using 90 per second. So let's look at this one. This one provides the 300 per second, so that can feed 3 of them. So I definitely need 2. But could I build one like that? Yes, I could. I could link them together. Here. Here. And here. And similarly for the water part, I'll also link those together. I don't know how much water I'll need, but I'll definitely need more water. But then again, that's also much easier to get. So let's look at the water pump. The water pump is 1200, and each of these is consuming 22 and 11. That's nothing. Okay, so actually might be sufficient to just have a single water pump. That seems very strange. But what are we missing? Anything else? Cool. And is it covering everything? Yes, it is. Excellent. And nothing is powered, but that's going to be just making it more fun. The fact that if it powers, then it works. So I'm going to have 2 of these. I'll be jamming one in here. And jamming the other one in here. Then when it comes to the water, I could suffice maybe with a single one in here. Does not require any power. That one and that one. Yes. And now none of these are connected. Okay, that one is connected. So I'll just connect them like this. All right, let's have a look. Hey, things are working. I'll need 2 inbound here. Wow, rainbow. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, isn't it? To be perfectly honest, this is damn near beautiful. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of yellow. And these will now finally get some kind of busy. And you're dead. Why are you dead? Why are you dead again? Oh, they're not dead. Oh, it was just, it comes in. It all, what? You're not getting any heavy mud water. Why are you not getting any heavy mud water? No. That's kind of unsatisfactory, isn't it? Now quit whining. I want all of it. So much for my calculations. There. No whining. Let's look at the ones that are furthest away. No one's complaining about lack of water. This one's still complaining about... it really shouldn't. Okay. Alright, that's a pretty awesome rainbow here. Okay, so what I'll be doing now is I'll be, aside from just leaning back and looking at the awesomeness this is, you can say this, maybe I should have done this before, maybe I should have done this, actually, no. Let me make it clear. I should have done this before. I did not really realize that that wouldn't be cutting it, because it works quite well in my C block campaign, but this is so much nicer. So that goes in here, goes in straight in and becomes in here. That means we start using a lot of coal and we have a full belt. What? Crazy. Yeah, they're going in here. Is that seriously happening suddenly? And this one... Does that improve? It does. And actually, that's not how it should be done. It should just be flat out into the next one. No point in not doing that. Look at that. Immediately, it just produces enough. And that is great. Now, one thing that has to be done up here is actually setting the priority. Because here, I will do the input priority from the right. Because anything that comes here must go in first. Because this up here is just producing. Wow, I can't believe I actually... Okay, I get 5 full belts in and it comes out as 6 belts. Nothing here stockpiles. This one is almost stockpiled, but nothing stockpiles. I can't believe I designed this so accurately in my first go. I thought it would be like taking... I did not even consider this because I thought, okay, this is going to be... I could have calculated like if this is a full red belt, then it's going to be 5 red belts, and that means it's going to be 5 full red belts out. That's going to be huge. And I don't want any of them to stockpile because, for example, if the red one is stockpiling, as it is very close to doing, and so is the blue one, if they stockpile, then suddenly this will be completely full with just a single one of them. But this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And it didn't even take very long time to build. Granted, I did build all of these items up front just to have in my inventory so that I was sure that I could be focusing on building and not on handcrafting. Sorry, I'm not I'm not handcrafting. Okay, so what we're gonna do as the part of the wrapping up here is simply. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm just gonna look at this one in crew here. What do we have over here? This is now at 100,000, 1 million. Does that mean that they're full? No, they're not. But everything has stopped. Why is that stopped? $67? Is something wrong here? 67? That's so strange that it can jam. So this one cannot get out because you're waiting for some. Because this cannot get out. This cannot get out. Oh, that's the reason. Ah, I did not see that coming. Wow, we need to build a power plant to consume some of our ridiculous amount of fuel we have here. Wow. I guess this one has to go. Boom, boom. And that means, okay, I thought there was something about the balancing here, but it's really this one that jams. Incredible. Nice. And now this one starts up again. Excellent. And these are jammed because, why, what? What, they're jammed? Why are they jammed? Because these cannot keep up? Oh. Oh. I'm simply not, this cannot keep up. Oh, this precious part. I wish I had that in my C block campaign. That was that's what we need. And how can I suddenly run out of iron? And there's no way for me to get iron, I think. I don't think I have any iron in here. Nope, no iron. Damn. Do I have any? Yeah, there we go. This is going to consume a stupid amount of sulfuric acid, but I guess we'll figure that out at some point. I hope. On the other side, this I will be. It's a bit too close to the wall, but so be it. It doesn't matter that much. This is fine, and I hope it's enough to actually get them to consume it. And I now have 2 full lanes of catalysts. And I guess they also need to be combined at some point. Where are the catalysts? There they are. Okay, into the hybrid catalyst. So somewhere, sometime, somehow, they need to be combined to the hybrid catalyst when needed. Don't know, but there's a hell of a lot of room to build. But then I'll worry about it when I need it. Okay, so if this is the last episode, it very well might be, and that means it will be the first stream on tomorrow. I guess this is going to launch on Thursday, and then it's going to be Friday, the first stream of this base. So from there, we'll be starting to build a lot of other things. We'll start with building this part here, which is a great thing, the mall, to build in a stream, because that'll enable a lot of things. After that, we are actually ready to build the red and green signs. And once we've done the green signs, we can take a look at how we build batteries. We'll also be looking at power at some not too distant future. For example, here, I guess these are stalled because they are full. 50,000 plus 33,000. Wow, there's a lot of stockpiling here that we can use. This is, of course, a very, very good way of making... wow, I didn't even consider that. So I take coal in, and somehow, as output of the coal... I'm just getting confused here. Oh, right. I get a bit that I can then turn into sulfur. That's great because that will be a very easy and convenient way to move that and make it back into sulfuric acid as needed. It might actually to the point of putting these on a bus, and I know you're gonna hate me for it. I might put this on a bus simply because I can then make it into sulfuric acid on site where I need it. In whichever block I happen to need some sulfuric acid. That might actually be an option. Also because sulfur is used for a few things by itself. Explosives. Yeah. Explosive is the item. Explosives will then lead into artillery shells, which I don't need, atomic bombs that I don't need, cliff explosives that I don't need, and cluster grenades. And okay, never mind. That's the only thing. It's not even used for any. No, nothing there. Okay, so this part here, we have some fuel that I can also use to increase our power. Let's have a look at the power. The power is, it's holding up, but it could also need some help. The power we are having is this monstrosity here. And at this point, I want to just keep working on more of this. And I'll be building that one out here to take the residual from my plastic production, and the other one will be done where we are here to take the residual from our solid fuel production. There's actually quite a decent amount. We can always take that out into, I don't know, a power plant down here or something like that. We'll figure that out. Anyway, time for us to wrap up. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for your support so far, and I'll be seeing you in a live stream in the not too distant future. So be sure to check out the notifications on my channel, and if in doubt, then go to Discord and ask around. Someone's sure to have an overview. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you shortly. Bye.